The topic for this morning is treason and treachery. The sheer weight of evidence connecting the Trump campaign, and by extension the Republicans, to the Russians, specifically Putin, is beyond dispute. The odds that collusion did not exist, that all of this is some amazing series of coincidences, are ridiculously low. The conclusion must be that the Trump campaign, and the Republicans by extension, have been compromised. Would you not agree? But what if it was not as we thought? What if we had it all backwards, upside down, or back to front? What if instead of being the Russians who solicited the Republicans, it was the other way around? It was the Republicans that solicited the help of the Russians. Sounds completely far-fetched, no doubt. Just an addition to a long list of conspiracy theories that are already floating about, one might say. But let's take a moment to consider this idea, as crazy as it might appear on its face. The clue for me came from a piece I read in Alternate applying a baseball metaphor to the conflict between the Democrats and the Republicans leading up to this election. Very good piece. The author argued that the Republicans are not just playing hardball to the Democrats' softball, which has been the case for already perhaps several decades. They've actually thrown out the rule book altogether. So within this context, they've enlisted the assistance of the Russians to spy on the Democrats. Now, as I read this, what immediately sprang to mind was that it reminded me of Watergate, which was the Waterloo of President Richard Nixon. It was actually based, or rather the origin of the problem, was an attempt, or a bungled attempt, to spy on the Democrats. And the next bead in this necklace, this pearl necklace connecting the two, is Bill Barr, Roger Stone, Paul Manafort. All those names all harken back to the Nixon era. Now, there's even some evidence that there was a correspondence between Nixon and Trump where he was encouraging Trump in his political aspirations, despite the fact that he was a Democrat at the time. Now, back then, they got caught, but now they got a little bit smarter. Now they're enlisting the Russians to do their dirty work. And so perhaps it would be more apt to say that they've become even more venal, crossing the line from treachery to treason. This leads us to the next conversation, in which the Democrats, led by Pelosi, have choreographed the impeachment, the way in which they have choreographed the impeachment. Which then begs the question, do the Democrats actually play a part in this entire choreography or pantomime that is being created for our benefit? Thank you.